Hi, my name's Jimmy Pemberton. I'm a drum instructor here at DiCensos Drum Shop. I'm talking with drum shop founder Dick DiCenso, who's a legend in the drumming community and also head instructor at the shop.
Well, hi Jimmy. It's good to be here with you.
First, let's talk about what motivated you to open DiCensos Drum Shop back in 1982.
That's a long time ago, but I'm happy to be talking about, I guess, one of the most important events in my life, and that was opening and closing DiCensos Drum Shop. I guess it was always in the back of my head to have a special place for drummers on the South Shore. And when the opportunity presented itself, I felt confident that I could create that special place. And I felt that that could be done by offering the best professional drum instruction that I could come up with, quality products at competitive prices, personal service that simply could not be beat, no pun intended. In addition, we sponsored many drum clinics, master classes, special events, and we had the support of some of the greatest manufacturers in the world of percussion. So looking back, I guess I'd have to say that it's a source of pride to me, knowing that my loyal staff and I ran a quality shop for 23 years, and in the process, we gave something back to the drumming community.
Excellent. For those that don't know, Dick DiCenso sold the shop in 2005.
That's right.
So Dickie, what made you sell the shop?
Well, one big reason was from 1982 to 2005, things were changing. Running a retail shop in '82 was quite different than trying to run it in 2005. Retail, the technology, I should say, for retail was rapidly becoming an integral part of running a business. I did not embrace the computer age, email, e-commerce, eBay, or anything that had an E in front of it. I didn't care for it. However, I knew that I either had to embrace that technology to keep DiCensos Drum Shop alive and viable, or I had to close it, or I had to sell it. I also knew that people in general, and myself included, would feel better and would do better if they did what they love. It was time in my life to grow through subtraction rather than addition, if you know what I mean. After 23 years of operating DiCensos Drum Shop, combined with gigging and teaching, I thought it was time to stop doing retail and focus on my passion for teaching. However, before I sold DiCensos Drum Shop, I wanted to make certain that I had the right person. I wanted to make certain that this person respected the name of the shop, the legacy that we built up over 23 years, that we could keep what the shop was all about together. Keep Andy Keeson as the manager, keep the teaching staff intact, have a place where hopefully I could teach. Those things were important, so before I sold the shop, I made sure I had the right person. And in March of 2005, I sold DiCensos Drum Shop to Peter Volpe of South Shore Music, and the rest is history, as they say.
So you found everything that you wanted in an owner in Peter Volpe. Explain to me more about that. Why Peter Volpe?
Well, I knew Peter for quite some time, and I knew his parents for even a longer time. And I knew that South Shore Music was a viable, respectable business. So that was a good starting point. I also knew from meetings with him that we shared the same philosophy on how to create and sustain a retail store in the music industry. And that is basically, you need to acknowledge and promote the importance of music in people's lives. People in the music industry somehow think they put up a sign, put some instruments in, and wait for people to come in the door. But what we're really all about, really, when you come down to it, is we're about music. And if people love to play, they're going to buy. So, you know, the real thing that we're about is music. And Peter got that, and I knew that he had that. So he also knew that you had to provide quality music lessons. You had to provide an opportunity to experience the excitement and the joy of creating music with other musicians. And he knew you had to have quality products and competitive prices and the kind of personal service that made people comfortable and want to come back. So basically, you know, as you support the music community will support you. It's not rocket science. It's pretty basic. But many people in the industry don't seem to get it. But again, Peter did. So 6 years later, I find it exciting to be here and working with South Shore Music and DiCensos Drum Shop under one roof, providing the whole package to the whole music community. Lessons, clinics, free jams, great products, great discounts, and probably most important, a staff of caring people. So not only is it exciting, it makes me very proud to be a part of a place that truly cares about and supports the music community.
So Dickie, when were you first attracted to the drums?
Whoa, Jimmy, that's a long time ago, but I guess my love affair probably began either at a Christmas Day parade or a Memorial Day parade in Quincy. My parents took me to the parade. I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I still remember standing on the sidewalk. The powerful sound, the precision, the feel of the drum beat. I could hardly stand still, and I felt it right in my gut. And I knew I wanted to play those drums. And so I did.
So when did you start taking drum lessons?
I was 10 years old. I was in the 5th grade, and that was 1951. And that's 60 years ago. Believe me, drum lessons then didn't look anything like they look today. I have a newspaper article that a friend of mine gave me, and it shows back in the day how you went in a class of maybe 10 people, played on a block of wood or maybe a rubber pad, and you had the pad, a pair of sticks, and a book. In those days we had Haskell W. Drum Method, Book 1. That was it. There were no drums, no sound system, no music. You just learned the rudiments and how to read, and you played on a block of wood or a rubber pad for quite a while. But over the next 8 years, I was very fortunate to have 3 very capable and very caring drum teachers. The first one was Stanley Spector, and the next teacher was Richard Pearson, who taught at the Quincy Conservatory of Music at that time. And then I went into Boston and studied with his teacher, Charles Alden. I eventually started playing, doing gigs with friends of mine, and of course playing in the junior high and high school bands and festivals like Allstate and whatnot. And it just went on from there.
Awesome. What type of other gigs were you doing?
Well, at the time, let's see, during that time I was doing like barrooms, and I shouldn't have been in there because I wasn't of age, but you know, I looked a little older and got away with it most of the time. I did a lot of functions like weddings and anniversary parties and birthday parties. In those days, if you had an affair, you didn't have a disc jockey. That hadn't been invented yet. You hired a live band. So Chinese restaurants, I did a lot of those. So mostly functions and a lot of clubs and, like I said, barrooms and things of that nature.